So I'm going to talk about the current situation in Hungary relating to this history. As you've heard, in mid-1944, the Jewish community of Hungary, the last major Jewish community that remained largely intact in Europe, was assaulted and nearly destroyed in its entirety over the course of just a few months. The record is one of tremendous tragedy. 600,000 Hungarian Jews murdered out of a Jewish population of about 800,000. Also, at least 28,000 Roma or Gypsy victims of mass killing. And significant participation and complicity in this crime by Hungarian authorities, from the head of state right down to the level of local gendarmes, police, tax collectors. After all, the possessions of Jews, even in the smallest village, were considered revenue for the state. When one turns to the manner in which the history of the Holocaust has been treated in Hungary since the fall of communism, two distinct phases are visible. The first spanned the period through Viktor Orban's, current prime minister, through Viktor Orban's first term as prime minister, which was from 1998 to 2002, when the coalition government that he led created the Holocaust Memorial and Documentation Center, a museum dedicated to the Holocaust in Budapest, established a national Holocaust Commemoration Day, brought Hungary into the International Task Force on Holocaust Education, Remembrance, and Research, and dedicated some element of government resource to memorialization and study of the Holocaust. Socialist Party governments that followed the first Orban government, that governed the country from 2002 to 2010, remained on this more or less positive path. But the appearance in the middle of the last decade of the openly anti-Semitic and openly anti-Roma Jobbik Party and the paramilitary-style Magyar Garda that Professor Braham just referred to, or Hungarian Guard, brought about a change of atmosphere. Symbols associated with wartime fascism reappeared in public. Incidents of anti-Semitic intimidation and violence increased. And anti-Roma discourse took on increasingly Nazi-like tone. Today, in Hungary, there are approximately 100,000 Jews, small percentage of the country's population. Over 10% of the country's population is Roma or Gypsy. An especially noteworthy portent of change occurred in 2008, when the then out of power but still powerful Fidesz party, that's the party of the current prime minister, failed to join with other mainstream political parties in condemning Jobbik's, that's the ultra-right-wing neo-fascist party, Jobbik's anti-Semitic and anti-Roma sloganeering, and Magyar Garda, that paramilitary group, intimidation of Jews and violence against Roma citizens of the country.